detail you're going to want in these reports, but for today, I specifically asked the consultant for kind of a task, or kind of a status in there, what's been completed and what they're working on. A lot of what they've completed you're familiar with in terms of some of the kickoff and the meetings. A couple things I'd highlight is they did prepare a draft, what they call a white paper, to start outlining items for consideration by the county as it relates to parameters that we're going to need to address. And they're just really spending the bulk of their time right now on data collection, demographics, growth projections, city-county budgets, a lot of which they're mining from websites at this point. And then they're working on developing the fiscal impact model, so which is a big chunk of their work. So next steps, I'm still corresponding with Adams County to try to get that.
They haven't set up the meeting.
They haven't yet, no. They're drafting a letter to Arapahoe County. They were very gracious and said, we're ready to work with you. We just wanted to formalize it and send a letter and say, okay, the consultant's going to be contacting you, and kind of just putting it into a letter that the commissioners will receive. And Roberto is going to touch base with them to see who else should get the letter. And then we are proposing, and I believe Skip has spoken with Mayor Pro Tem Berzins about the April work session being devoted to this topic. Special study session, not work session, sorry. So that we can really spend time with Alarm Council to dig into certain things that we need feedback on to move forward. And then they've got a draft memo that they want to outline some key assumptions, and that's part of what they'll be reviewing in the council network in the study session. And then just starting to work on meetings with county service providers, evaluating county budgets, and working on fiscal impact. So they are also going to be in town on other business, not related to this, but potentially available towards the end of the month if we have to schedule anything at that time. Including, I threw those dates out to Adams County as well, but I said, when you want it, we'll get them out here, so.
And this is going through the county manager, and he's not?
Well, he's being responsive to me. He's responding back, but the first response that I got was that his commissioners wanted to, they wanted to be the first meeting with the consultant as opposed to staff and so forth. But they wanted their staff to do some work prior to them looking at, as I understood this, revenue and expenditures from in Aurora of the Adams County budget, which is actually what a lot of our study is going to look at. So that might be okay in that it can feed into what we're doing. And I did, by the way, I did specifically ask them, is this affecting the timing? And they said, at this point, no, it shouldn't. We have plenty of work to do. It's not like we're holding up something for you. So I'm staying on top of that because I'm very sensitive to timing on all of this. So I think we're okay. And they did have a staff person at the meeting we had with the Arapahoe commissioners. So I think that's helpful as a point of information. And that person was on staff at Adams County when Bluefield went through their process and is really knowledgeable about how that all works. So I think that's all good to us.
Because I think and let me know, I mean, we have an opportunity because next Friday there will be a meeting, the DIA meeting.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Steve will have all three commissioners there.
Great.
And so, I mean, I think it would be appropriate.
Who else goes to those?
Well, I usually do. Roberto does. I won't be there. Roberto will be there. Skip is usually there.
So I'll make sure I get with you and Skip before that meeting.
Yeah.
And then if we need to tag
Because
in
that
that
is
FaceTime if we're be sitting
absolutely.
in rooms with them for a long
Yeah.
time.
that would be great. And since you've been involved
Yeah.
between you and
Okay.
that's great. Thank you.
Because I think to kind of put a little discussion with Eva and Charles.
I don't get a sense that they're trying to put us off. That,
No,
you know.
right. No, I think.
So if I did, I would.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. I think, because Eva and Chaz are new, and I mean, my
Yes.
gosh, there's a lot of stuff going on in Adams County.
Yes.
So,
And there's a lot of information, even, I mean, when you compare it to the last
There's always been a
time.
lot of stuff.
But compared to the last time the
Jail
study was
stuff,
done,
hypothetically.
there's a ton of information on the websites now that can all be run by the consultant, and they are doing that. So, so I think we're good. But I just want to keep you in the loop.
Well,
That's my
just
goal.
know that that meeting will take place Monday, or next Friday morning.
Great, so we'll make sure to touch base before then.
And I did have an opportunity to talk with Eva at one point, and she did say that they are wanting to be involved and share information. So,
I'm sure they do,
Yeah.
but like I said, they're new and it's just
right.
trying to get all the, what they're doing.
Do we have any other thing we need to talk about? Thank you.
I just want to say that I was talking to somebody the other day about our water and some of the stuff we're doing, and they were extremely complimentary.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Don't look so soft.
Very
Very
complimentary.
nice.
How does Greg think the session's going vis-a-vis the law?
I think he thinks we're doing well. I think he thinks, well, Senate Bill 27, 113, and 48 are really bills that we initiated. And so they're still making their way through the process. I think in terms of, all the gun-related issues, I mean, that's just a whole nother issue that, we have generally not been part of other than one bill. So it really isn't anything that we're faring in any way, good or bad, in terms of bills that we've got behind. But in general, in terms of local control issues, I think he feels pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about it. But I think there's, it's a lot different down there with control by the Democrats on both sides. There are a lot more bills that we have not seen in previous years that we are having to play some defense on.
He'll sometimes call us, ask us to make some calls. And I haven't had any of those this year, so I'm just curious.
No, I understood she did some phenomenal work down.
Yeah. We may need to do some calls on Senate Bill 27. That might be an issue where we may need to do that. Other than that, some of these other bills, I think because of Greg's good work in the interim on 113, getting a JVC sponsor, and Senate Bill 48, working with CCA